Hi, Wendy here from wendybottrell.com. And today I wanted to share some ideas to be better, mind, body, and spirit. Find your why for your best life. Today I want to share some ideas for you to consider. And you see, I heard this concept the other day and it fascinated me. Human movement is a form of nutrition. And that was by Rafe Kelley. Here's his idea of human movement as a form of nutrition. Your body responds to movement just like it responds to real food. We must give our bodies the real food nutrients to provide the essentials for our well-being, just like we must provide good movement for our well-being. Meaning, moving provides our bodies with the necessary essentials for strong bodies that will take us through life as they were meant to do. Yes, I've been thinking a lot about how now is the time for all of us to get better, mind, body, and spirit. I see and hear so many people living in fear right now, and frankly, it makes me both sad and mad. If you're living in fear, what are you doing to make positive changes for your well-being? What practices have you put in place to eat better, to move better, think better, play better, breathe better, and hydrate better today? What about in the last 7 days, the last 30 days, and the last 7 months? Taking action is the only way your fear will subside, or maybe go away completely, by taking control of your life. You're the only one that can and must. Yes, I understand completely that all of this can be a bit overwhelming if nothing has been done to uplift your life in the current global situation. But it doesn't have to be this way. Change happens in tiny steps, but you do have to plan, you have to have a vision, and you have to have your why. We've written a lot about creating your why. We've shared how I found my why way back in 1999, and it continues to be a big part of my why today. You see, at that time my mother had an accident, and she needed a full hip replacement. When I finally was able to get to the hospital, she was lying in the hospital bed and would not have surgery until the next day. As I watched her lying there in pain, confused, and afraid, it made me think about my life, and that scared the crap out of me. At that time, I was over 100 pounds overweight, had low energy, I'd been diagnosed with 3 autoimmune issues, and it just came to me if I didn't do something, I was going to be my mother in 20 years. The very next day, I began my journey of change. I borrowed a Taibo video from a friend and got started. I knew I had a huge mountain to climb. I was overweight, not feeling 100%, out of shape, and my food choices had a lot to be desired. I began to exercise with that Taibo video every day. At first, I could only do a few minutes, and then I could not do one more thing. That was my starting point. Every day I did a few more seconds, and within a short period of time, I was doing the whole program, but it came in stages. I didn't rush it. I set what I felt were reasonable goals. Do the whole video for a few months, and then I found a local gym and began going there a few times a week. Eating better started by me adding better foods and not thinking about giving up anything. The giving up the junk food came much later, and it happened naturally because of all the wins I was having each day. The junk wasn't serving me anymore. But the changes didn't happen overnight. Then I started to do more, learn more, and today, over 20 years later, I'm not the same person I was in 1999. I'm healthy, I have a good weight, I eat organic, real food, cook all my meals at home, and I enjoy it. I do all kinds of exercise that is an absolute joy in my life, have all kinds of wellness practices that I didn't even know existed way back then. It can be the same for you. The bottom line is you must find your why. What would it mean to you if you began to take on the things that are holding you back from feeling great? For me, it was everything. That night, I could not imagine being my mother 20 years down the road of my life, lying in a hospital bed, overweight, sick, and waiting for some kind of medical information. I got myself into the shape I was in that night, and I was the only one that was going to get me out of it. And that's the same for you. So what is your why? The decision to figure out your why will be the most important thing you will do if there's even the slightest desire in you to make a change. Let me know your why and how I can help. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter. The link will be in the show notes. I'm Wendy. This is wellbeing.com. Bye for now.